Hi everyone, I'm Sarah McCarthy. Today I'm going to be talking about memes. I decided to choose this topic because I know these are floating all around social media, but I wanted to go into more depth about the memes. I'm going to start off by explaining what memes are and then show you some examples of the trending memes, the pros and cons of memes, how to create your own, a video describing implementation of them in the classroom, as well as additional resources for more information. The word meme was first introduced by Richard Dawkins. He was an evolutionary biologist as well as an author for Oxford University. He wrote a book in 1976 called The Selfish Gene. As a professor at Oxford University, he concentrated on the public understanding of science. As the years went on, people believed his book about genes could also be compared to memes, because like genes, memes can be copied in a variation and selection. Meme is a unit of cultural information that can be spread by imitation. The word meme comes from the Greek word memema, which meant imitate. A meme can be known as a habit, skill, story, song, or any other information that can be copied from one person to another. They believe that memes are of importance because, like genes, they can be copied or imitated through a variety of teachings. The word meme has just recently been included in the Oxford English Dictionary, which is defined as an element of the culture that may be considered to be passed on by non-genetic means, especially imitation. Many people believe that memes are still around because they are useful to humans and social media. The most familiar memes are memes that involve arts and sports, political systems, as you can tell since it's election year, and most importantly, fashions and trends. Many of you are probably asking, what is altruism? It is the belief in or practice of disinterested and selfless concern for the well-being of others. At this point, memes are growing so rapidly it may be out of our control down the line. There are three different properties in memes: intertextuality, indexicality, and templatability. I will go into further detail in the next few slides. Intertextuality is defined as the shaping of a text meaning by another text. So, for example, this meme that has the minions and a pitchfork are a copycat of the American Gothic photo. So this means that it is the same picture with a husband and a wife with a pitchfork and a farm in the background, but instead of humans, it is the minions. Indexicality is the second property of a meme. Indexicality memes are memes that can be used to comment on many situations that can be exploitable. For example, many of you are probably familiar with Disaster Girl. This was actually a father taking a picture of his daughter 2 blocks away from their house while they were watching a live drill training, and he noticed his daughter's devilish smile, so he decided to take a picture. After he posted it on the internet, the photo was taken out of context and used for many natural disaster photos, as you will see in the next slide. So here we have Disaster Girl with a nuke, a Disaster Girl with a car and a huge fire, and then we also have a picture with the Disaster Girl of the Titanic. The third and final property of a meme is known as the templatability meme. This is a meme where an image is used as a recognizable structure, and then someone takes that picture and adds new content while still using the old content as well. These memes are the ones that are duplicated and only one factor changes in the picture. For example, it starts with Grumpy Cat, and then the Grumpy Cat is photoshopped out and they add a member of KISS instead. Now I'm going to go over the pros and cons of the implementation of memes. Some pros to memes are many memes are now getting used for advertising campaigns in social media as well as used in classrooms to add a little humor to the classroom. When used properly, it can be an effective social media tool. Memes are known to add exposure, familiarity, and empathy as well as trend setting. Not only are there pros to memes, but there are also cons, starting with legal rights, inappropriate memes, trends that will eventually fade, as well as unwanted negativity when some memes are created. I will go into more detail about the pros and cons in the next slide. To start with the pros, so the pros of exposure. Once you're exposed to the memes, you will be up to current trends and have easy access to marketing. This makes for good publicity and can catch the eyes of the audience. This type of meme is exposed to many different groups and demographics. Another pro is familiarity and empathy. Empathy and familiarity can be personalized and is included in daily conversations, emails, or social media communications. The third pro is trend setting. It means you are keeping up with time, and memes grow when people become more aware of them. If you use memes, you will be known as cool or recognized. Now for some of the cons. First off, to start, the cons are, for memes, the legal rights. So lawsuits can happen. Even though it is rare, it is important to research the rights to all social media memes. The second con is fades tend to fade over time. This means it has an expiration date, so you need to make sure to research the relevance of the memes and make sure to be fully knowledgeable about the social media that it will be posted on. The third con is an unwanted negativity. This means that the memes that are highly controversial should be avoided at all costs if the goal is to reach as many people as possible. Always figure out if they like the meme being used and make sure to figure out the public's best interest. Now here is my favorite part of the presentation, how I can relate and how I can use these memes in my classroom. First, it's a great way to introduce new lesson content in a more fun and less boring way. Second, it is a very easy and simple way to add some fun to your classroom. I can't wait to start using these in my classroom as good conversation starters, and hopefully it will turn into a rich discussion. Third, it can push your students' critical thinking and make them think outside the box. Since I am a preschool teacher, it will be a little harder to incorporate into my room, but I could easily use some memes as classroom rules in the picture, since my students are, in fact, visual learners. In the next few slides, I will show you some examples of the memes teachers use in their classrooms. Fourth, for the older kids, it would make it more fun that they make their own memes and present it to the class. Lastly, it will require your students to think carefully about their topics while also being able to add a little humor to their topics as well. Here on the next few slides, I will be showing some funny teacher memes. One of them in particular is a way that you can use a sentence starter for students. It says, "Not sure if reading is making me smarter," or ... And this is where you could have your students write their own sentence and then discuss it amongst their classmates. Some of the other ones just include humorous ways of coming to class unprepared, or how they better have time for homework and studying, and a meme of the well-known Grumpy Cat. Now on to a few more slides of individual memes that are well known. As many of you probably recognize, there's a skeptical baby. So here's a skeptical baby. There's a success kid, Grumpy Cat, Gangnam Style, Willy Wonka, and my favorite, Bad Luck Brian. Now this was the perfect photo because it starts off by showing a picture of Brian, which was a joke that his friends posted on Facebook. And then after his friends posted this Facebook, the web did the rest and created Bad Luck Brian. Here are some original memes. So here's Michael Jordan crying, and of course, The Great Gatsby. Now on this slide, here is a YouTube video explaining how memes work, which is a humorous yet informational video on memes. I do apologize though that halfway through there is an advertisement, but that just goes to show what the 21st technology is turning into. And last but not least, here are some websites that you could use to create your own meme, or if you would like your students to create their own memes. As well as on the next slide, 6 additional resources you can take a look at. Here we have a website that is showed of a good collection of grammar memes. Then we have using memes in the classroom presentation. Here's a great website to use for 5 ways to use memes in your classroom. This is a good website for different lesson ideas for memes, especially if you are a fan of the Hunger Games. And of course, we all probably have heard of Reddit. Reddit is known as the largest meme sharing community. So this is a link to a whole bunch of different memes that have been shared throughout the community. And last but not least, here is another website that shows a whole bunch of different teacher memes that you could use in your classroom. Well, I hope you had a fun time listening to my presentation and that you learned a little more about memes and how to incorporate them into the classroom. Thank you.